get that chance to get the gold once again.
Here we are.
And we're back to the drafting phase. A side swap this time around. Philippines on the red side, taking away the Natalia. You cannot give that to Naomi.
Franco.
1-1, Franco.
Let's go, Fanny.
I'm actually surprised Myanmar banned out the Joy. I don't know why. Maybe they're just eyeing at first pick Arlet.
To me, fun is all that matters.
Yeah, they're really eyeing a first pick Arlot, I think.
Yeah, but he just gave us so much to Philippines work with.
And they've basically forced the Wan ban. Obviously, that is a red side ban. So it's a good move from Myanmar, sticking to what they need to get banned out. However, there is a free slot, I would say,
A free slot of what?
for a very powerful pick.
A Glue, a Valentina,
yes.
a Fanny.
They left out a lot here.
And it's going to be very interesting to see whether or not Philippines would be quick to pick them up. Looking at Coach Ducky or Coach Glindro here,
Among the planes
he's quite experienced. He's a world champion. Myanmar, on the other hand, will be taking away the Eve. What do you feel about this, Midnight?
There's so many stuff that Myanmar left on the table. I still don't like this Joy ban. Could have been their first pick. Let Philippines play,
Play the Arlet.
the Arlet, yeah, and then probably change the Eve to Valentina so that
Your team is
you're
picking.
forcing Arcangel to
To
play
live
that Eve.
is to
So
trick
Myanmar
the
has to go for a
reaper.
different route. I still think you go Arlet here for their side. It's just comfort for Ruby Didi at this point. But you are giving Valentina spread into Philippines.
Yeah, and we're not even talking about the Franco, which is probably going to be third pick here for Myanmar if they pick up the Arlot here.
Yeah, it's a big comfort pick for Naomi as well. It was banned in the second game. Philippines didn't give Myanmar the option to give Naomi both the Franco and the Natalia. Looks like they're going to go for the Glue first. Wow.
Give away the Arlot.
Ruby Didi, Clue, okay.
What?
What?
Your team
I thought you were gonna go with
No!
the third pick.
What? What happened?
That's how you know things are going down, man.
Okay, Fredrin and Valentina. Or Arlot! Sorry. never
Get
mind.
no,
Glue.
glue.
Okay. Valentina, Fredrin, or I'd say
All right.
Kufra was one. Kufra Valentina.
All right, that's fine.
Ooh,
That's
I can cure your pain.
Oh, yes.
I
It's
harness
definitely
it.
going to be the Valentina here for Myanmar.
Grok, Fredrin.
on hindsight. I think it's pretty smart to pick up the Franco and the carry because you know that Myanmar can't
I
pick up the
will
Arlot
protect you.
anymore.
Your team
Ooh,
is
they go for the
Lolita.
Lolita instead. How does this affect the entirety of the carry composition?
This one I like. This one I like. Okay,
Why?
with the Lolita, you affect the carry composition just providing an overall good team fight. And also the bulwark to shield your teammates away from the hits of the carry. But this Kadita, what this allows the Philippines to do is abuse this Franco Kadita combo in the early game such that the attention is away from the carry. And it's also good threat versus Valentina and Lolita. So overall
Really
sound
love it.
pick from Philippines, really making a good good support pick here. Because even if you say that the Lolita can check bushes, Kadita does that perfectly well as well against both of these two heroes.
The Franco and the Kadita are basically a very classic combination.
'Cause they got
It's
blindsided
very
by the
point and click, right?
Yeah.
It's such an easy combo to pull
Point
off.
and tap.
Point and tap. Sorry about that. Yes.
Yeah,
Point
and
and tap.
you know the best part about the Kadita Franco combo is that it seems single target, but it could also be not a single target thing. Because
Correct.
usually when you get one target with a bloody hunt, you'd see some other guy trying to help that other guy out, and they both die anyway. And I'm speaking out of solo queue experience only, so it might not happen here in the Pro
I
League.
think you ban out Barats here
That's
for
good.
PH. Are there
Kufra?
Barats or Akai?
Yeah. Barret sa kay Kufra. Big tanky picks.
Philippines has last pick, okay? So I don't think their jungler matchup matters to them as well. So I feel like you can remove some of these OP junglers like the Redrin. Barats, the only reason why I mentioned it because it's because of the fact that it's good against Karita and Franco. Although it's not that tanky, but it's sustainable. It's enough.
It's our
Oh,
showtime.
they go for slot now, making sure that they win late game.
they
feel-
focus on the gold lane this time
Yeah,
around.
that's actually really good. A good idea.
They go. They can go Hellkirk late game.
No.
I mean, last pick.
They're probably gonna go Hellkurt or Fanny here.
You know what? I have not seen the Fanny from Saison here for the longest time, but I won't be complaining if I do see it. Word on the streets, he's probably the best Fanny in the 32nd SEA Games Men's MLBB.
I agree. I can.
Word on the streets or word on the sea?
Word on the sea. You
Oh,
know what?
sorry,
I'm
sorry.
so
command.
sorry.
Your
You
turn.
know what?
Never
The
mind.
word on
Never
the sea
It reached Myanmar.
Yes.
reached Myanmar. They take it
Never
off
mind.
the table.
You go Lapu Lapu.
Hiya.
Lapu Lapu.
Sorry.
Last pick jump.
XP first. Yes.
See value in me?
Is he gonna
Your
do
team
it?
is
Well,
picking.
can
You
flex.
should.
So, ideally, it's nice. I mean, fundamentally, it's sound because you can flex it to XP, and it's also a good laner versus the glue.
Oh man, it's gonna be this last
You
two
go high
picks.
here, right?
Yes.
Last two
100%.
picks for Myanmar. What is the smart thing to do if you're Burmese?
You go high.
Bea.
Akai Brody.
Brody, how's the Brody carry matchup? You do have the range advantage, but do you scale better by the mid game?
It's a good matchup just because of the fact that Brody deals more damage and it's also a huge shot on level 3. And you have rumors that can actually visit the lane to make sure that the carry get disabled. Oh, they get a Hellkirk themselves. So Myanmar,
I steal it away.
Coach Jaya was like,
dragon
you
spirit
lost the
here."
opportunity to go for the Hellkirk jungle, but they go instantaneously
It's
for
sound.
the Yuzong pick
It's a very sound lineup for Philippines.
because it's a threat versus the Beatrix. Yeah.
It's now or never, boys. Myanmar versus Philippines. Only one gets the challenge Malaysia to the top of the leaderboards.
This is for all the marbles and the
Man.
cakes
Everything in
and the
between.
sinigangs.
In the world. I don't know. At this point, you could literally see the world with all the MLBB action that's happening right in front of you. We are down to our final match of the night, and it's going down to the wire, just as the other semifinals matchup that came before this one. The Philippines was projected to be an undefeatable monster in the 32nd SEA Games MLBB, but that is not the truth right now. The truth is they are struggling against Myanmar.
I think you can make a hard case here where the Hellkirk pick does not work on the side of Myanmar. It's mostly just to contain the last pick potential Team Philippines, but I kind of feel like with the Yuzong pick, it just shatters what Myanmar wants in the mid game.
And now we enter the land of dawn. It seems as if we're back to a very calm scenario from a very tense game number 2. It still feels like it happened. Oh, you know what? It really happened a few minutes ago.
For me, it just feels like a calm before the storm. You can expect a lot of explosive action from Myanmar. I think around level 5 or level 4 here with the lineup that they drafted.
We're just going to have to wait for that moment to happen. For now, people will be farming around, poking each other out inside the lane, keeping the action away from the gold laners, trying to give their carries a safe haven down gold lane.
What's the hit on the bottom side, Midnight? I don't think you kind of expected the Beatrix to pop up here.
It's a neutral lane. I would say it's a wash lane because I don't think the Beatrix provide much threat versus the carry. Because if you are able to land those runners, then
It's a 4-man pincer maneuver. It's first blood going over into the Philippines, and I don't think they're to Myanmar rather. I don't think they're done. They got 2 out of the way.
2 kills straight to the mouths of Myanmar. Great engage. They caught Philippines by surprise there. And Ken 101 on this Hellkurt. And we know how snowbally this assassin could go.
Oh my
Arcangel!
goodness.
That's half of his HP gone.
yeah, and this is big for Myanmar. Yuzong is level 3. Ken is going to be able to take this turtle without any contention, probably from the explainer.
It's gonna take Saison quite a maneuver to pull one out. And there it goes, Arcangel being solo killed as well.
Wow, such a great start from Myanmar here. Already ahead by 1.1k. Plus the first turtle of the game. Looks like Philippines will be put on the defensive end once again.
And Zippy definitely looking a lot better in this game now that he doesn't need to worry about single targets anymore.
Yep.
Now he can kind of just focus on spamming on AoE behind Naomi and behind Justin.
Yeah, and the strength of this fish is that you can utilize the double lane. He clears wave in a fast manner such that he can just leave the lane. And you know, with this movement coming out from Munigo, this is just to make sure that the carries can farm up. These are wasted movements because Myanmar at the moment is more concerned about getting the damage items on Zippy.
That is the biggest priority, obviously, but right now it feels like that path of this looks a lot clearer for Myanmar's goal.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Compared to last game.
this is looking to be such a great start for Myanmar here. We could see in their faces that they're still feeling the pressure of potentially be on the receiving end of a reverse sweep. Again, this is a best-of-3 series, and wow, I can't believe that happened literally 3 minutes in. That was such a big tower dive for a freshly level 4 Helker. He didn't even pop his ult.
Yeah, and it's uncharacteristic of Yuzong because when you typically see Yuzongs, like when they're level 3, they're rushing to clear the waves. And I think that was the idea. That was the reason why they were behind the towers. They want to be able to get the level 4 as quick as possible, especially with a lot of zoners coming up from Myanmar. But that ended up being a a massive mistake from Philippines and Myanmar. They're able to capitalize. And now that the Hellcat has snowballed, Beatrice is looking to scale even better with the dual wave movement on the map, and I feel like that's gonna put the carry in shambles here because he's not gonna be able to farm as fast as this Beatrix.
Yep, and we could still see the Filipino fans still with a lot of energy for their Philippine team. Myanmar, on the other hand, still looking to close this one out. My God, this series feels longer than it should be. We're not even like 10 minutes in game number 3, and I already feel very tense.
It is. And like I said, this is the calm before the storm, before the rampage that is a possibility coming in from Myanmar's lineup, which I think will be activated a lot sooner than we think because of those early kills.
Yeah, and we haven't even seen one pop of the Dark Knight Falls yet. I'm quite interested in how they're going to utilize it. Because to go back in the regular season of our Pro League in the Philippines, we did see Bren Esports, in which case Team Sibol right now, run that Hellcurt very, I would say, passively, using only the Dark Knight Falls, the ultimate coming in from the Hellcurt, only when they secure the objectives via Retribution.
You know, its main purpose, actually, there was this theory craft back in, I think that was 2021. Hellcurt was mainly utilized on scrims to hide the Turtle HP
Really?
and the Lord HP with the Dark Knight Falls.
That's all.
And it's
That's
also
all it was.
it's also a patch where in Atlas and Cho was really popular. So those roamers that rely on utilize on
Vision.
combos and landing their spells in
The mission vision,
quick succession limits the potential. Like for example, if you flicker with Cho, you cannot kick. If you use the Jit Kundo flicker, you cannot kick the Hellcurt as soon as possible because you get silent. So that was a time where Hellcurt was viable. Now we are seeing kind of the return of Hellcurt. I think he is one of the 2 soul assassins, 3 lone assassins that can come out, especially on the second phase of drafts, because we've seen already the Fanny, the Hayabusas. Now Hellcurt is much more viable, maybe because of that factor. Like, it's a very strong tool to utilize in the early game, and it sets up for amazing momentum, because Hellcurt, he does not really tank front lines. Once he uses the Deadly Poison Stinger, he gets out. So it's kind of like a jungler that does not need to tank, similar to how Hayabusa and Fanny is used right now. And maybe that's the reason why it's viable.
And, you know, a very unique effect as well. I feel like Hellcurt is the only one who actually has that effect, making sure that nobody else could see the HPs of the Lord or the Turtle.
Yeah.
And I'm just, honestly, here's a challenge.
What?
We're in the tank jungle meta.
Yeah.
Everybody's playing tank. Hell, Midnight, you play Ling tank. We have not
I've
seen that
seen
in
it.
pro scene, but you're telling me that you've seen it in scrims. What if, though? What if?
Hellcurt tank.
Hellcurt tank, you know? Might as well. If you're picking up the Hellcurt tank for the utility, Might as well.
Nah. I
You,
don't know.
okay,
I
hear me
don't
out.
know.
We have like a minute and a half to
Okay,
talk about
I'll hear
this.
you out.
A tank Hellcurt, you basically just farm up with your tankiness or whatever. And then
or
you
whatever.
you try to secure your turtle or something else.
Well, you know
And
what?
Then you basically press your ultimate. All the lights are off in the.
Why
land
not
of
play
Dawn.
Hellcat Rome then? If you just want the lights out.
I don't know, man. Like
Okay.
Hellcurt with a
Hellcurt.
flicker feels off. Imagine.
Here, petrify.
Petrify.
Petrify Hellcurt. Okay, here comes the Myanmar fans.
Oh, there they
waving
are.
their flags, still high energy. I'm so happy to see it.
I'll give you a free pass because I've said this before. If I ever see Link Tank, I'm gonna lose it. Now I'm playing Link Tank. I don't know what happened to me.
You know,
God mode.
But I want to say some tanks, especially assassin tanks in the jungle role, are viable for specific reasons. And it was just somebody is
Somebody's-
sleeping. So teams started
night.
finding a tool with Link that made him capable of playing tank.
what?
The damage with the retribution.
Oh, I see. I
It's
see.
the and you go for the less cooldown on the retribution, and what you are essentially in team fight is a continuous poke that cannot be
Killed.
Cannot be killed.
Is this still Demon Slayer?
No,
Nah, man.
You're
You're
going
going full
You
tank.
go
tank.
Lancelot build. You go Lancelot build.
Wow.
Another thing that I'd like to tell you before we go back to the Land of Dawn is I've betrayed your trust, Midnight.
What?
I've played Benedetta tank earlier.
How
played
dare
Benedetta.
you?
What
No,
do
I
you-
never do that. You know I never do that.
You
hate
did.
You hate Benedetta
You
tank.
did. Wait, sorry, jungle?
No, of course XP.
No,
like,
XP is
Of
fine.
course.
XP is fine.
If
Alright.
you do it
Then
on
I
a jungle
have-
rule, I'll unfriend you.
Then I have not betrayed your trust.
I'll block you.
And this is such a big moment for both teams here. It's hard to actually have small talk between us casters. And
You know what?
hello.
I can actually bring something up because
What?
right now it is 11 p.m. I think over there it's at 10
Is it
p.m.
though? Aren't
it's-
we ahead by an hour?
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what I said.
Philippines?
It's 10:55 right now.
So it's
It's
9:55.
9:55
So-
in Cambodia.
So, you know what? They've been awake since 6 a.m. So I don't know if
proud of them.
the mental fortitude is gonna have to come in. You know, your physical well-being also has to be really good. So I wonder if that's also gonna be a factor in the big high-pressure situations we'll have later on.
Surely it will be.
Right? I mean, I just wonder. I just really hope, and I think that's also going to be a big test, right?
I like
Being
that.
a champion is not just being able to play flashy plays willy nilly.
Wait,
It's
sorry,
being
you-
able to do it.
You like the fan or you like the
I like
the fan
the
being held by the
the
fan?
Alright.
being held by the fan.
There you go.
All
Just
right,
clear it out
there you
there.
go.
Rockhart was about to give an amazing speech
I'm
until
so sorry.
I
was-
got distracted. You got distracted.
I
by
got
me.
distracted
I know,
because you
we
got
all
distracted.
get distracted.
And now
I'm
everything is
distracted. I forgot what I
derailed.
was gonna say.
I'm
You-
so
I don't know
sorry.
anymore.
You were saying that it's gonna, the mental fortitude is gonna come into play, like
Yes.
critical moments.
Need the grit, man. I hope the grit's still there for these.
And you
guys.
know what? That is a good argument because in this match, in this
this guy.
this guy.
this guy.
I got distracted.
You know,
He's so distracted.
I am so sorry. Like this guy, he knows what's up.
Oh baby,
Justin.
baby, baby.
This guy's
He
serious,
looks like
man.
someone.
Naomi
meant
is
for-
in it to win it, unless he smiles at the camera right now. You know,
Oh yeah,
he's serious.
he's serious, man. He's serious. Man.
And the fans are still waiting for things to happen. They're happy to be featured out here. Bring out your phones. Show us the things.
Still
Just make
sleeping.
sure-
Yo,
still
someone
sleeping,
wake
Still
that guy
sleeping.
up.
Can you
Someone
take
wake
a,
that guy
I'm
up.
not sure if we're being heard there, but can you take a selfie with him?
Yes, guys, please take a selfie with him. Come on.
What's
He's
that?
he's the new emote.
All right, looks like we're muted or something. But at this point, Myanmar is still waiting for some issues to be resolved. Same with the Philippines. Man, I am shaking with excitement.
I
This
am
is the
too.
last game.
Come on. It's. Let us all
Bask in the glory
bask in the glory
of
Bask in
the,
the glory.
the
Last
last
game.
match of this game.
and the proficiency of the
The what?
what? The what?
Efficiency of the
of the
what?
sniper.
of, you know, we're just...
Beatrix, you mean?
You're definitely...
Beatrix.
Yeah, Zippy has been playing a good start.
Oh yeah,
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 it's
yeah.
just a lot.
100%, 100%.
100%.
100%.
Zippy is just one hell of a gold laner too. You know, that matchup between Rekishano here. Both superb gold laners, though I have to say that this is the first taste of this of Rekishano in the international scene, am I right?
Yeah, I actually am. I've been looking at him ever since he goes on the stage. I keep wondering, how is this guy feeling right now? I have not seen him smile.
It's his first time outside.
They played MPLA, right?
But did they fly
No,
out?
they didn't fly out though.
Yeah,
Right? So
It's a big difference.
I guess that's a question, yeah.
And now we're back in the land of Dawn,
Oh
finally.
boy. And I hope Rekitiano gets a smile on his face soon, because I know how nerve-wracking it must be over there.
Must be destroying him internally, but he's basically lit
Holding on, he's holding on.
Myanmar is still ahead by 1k here, and Unigo will be pulling the orange buff just to annoy the enemy jungler. And now Myanmar will be able to... Well, did Saison secure it with a retribution? He did.
Oh yeah, oh, Arcangel blew up a glue there. And there are glulets all over the ground.
It's very rare to see like a glue being blown up by a Kadita. I'm not
Yes.
quite sure how that happened.
Exactly.
Because usually glues just press one ultimate and they walk away.
Good to go, right? I mean, how did Arcangel manage that? Whoa! Dark Knight Falls going down there. Beautiful re-engage here by Naomi. And that's the cleanup crew by Myanmar.
Look at that, the setup coming in from Naomi.
Yeah, the layering of spells as well with Dark Knight Falls to jump in. You know, the carry was silenced. He was able to use the Purify. But after that, Naomi delayed actually the the trigger onto the Numenal Blast, and they were able to land a stun on Rekishano. Onigo, however, was able to flicker out. But it's just the Franco that gets away. You know, this is gonna be a hard game for Rekishano this time around, and it'll shake. As you were mentioning earlier, this will shake Rekishano.
And looking at how Myanmar is playing this, looks like the snowball is real for Ken. Already with the DHS, and looks like they're going to try to steal away this turtle. Saison and Cannon though, around that area already. Ken going to use his stingers towards the coin crab. Not quite sure why.
Ruby Didi just holding on to this turtle, making sure that Saison can't go near. Saison has great health, but he's actually quite low. He's looking for a target.
As well.
He's looking for Justin. He's getting some shot essence, but I don't think he can last long
Dark Knight
enough. Dark Knight Falls is down, and Canon will fall as well. And that should be a go signal to go for the turtle.
Saison.
Arcangel has the Thalassophobia, but Saison will be pushed off out of the vicinity
That's
of the
a short turtle.
And this is going to be a turtle secured for Myanmar. The second turtle of the game.
That was such a weird team fight approach by Philippines. Saison used the retribution to try and take move away from the Hellcat, and Ken again finds another kill onto the Franco, while Philippines Rekishano was able to take a turret on the bottom lane. I don't think that was a fair trade for Philippines. Myanmar would still get ahead.
At all. Right now they are a 2k gold lead, and I would say it will increase further and further. Myanmar definitely has more control of the map so far.
Yes, definitely, with a 2k gold lead to boot. Myanmar is starting to be more aggressive, find more opportunities. I do feel like Philippines having slight miscommunication issues here. A lot of entrances and a lot of exits are being blocked by Myanmar, and they can't seem to find the same thing that they want to find.
Yeah, Philippines not able to maximize Unigo so far. I am still waiting for that money hook, that big play, but I don't think it's. I don't think we're gonna see it right now. Myanmar is being very careful.
Yeah. Philippines, they need to get more space. Let's stay on map for Rekishano to be able to farm up on Myanmar. Looks like they're not gonna give it.
Wow, Unigo!
Wow, he felt the slow.
He felt it.
He felt the slow. He was like, okay, I'm pretty sure
ground.
Naomi would trigger it as quick as possible.
That's a lot of skills being used by Myanmar. Ruby Didi
With the hook!
goes down. There's the hook that we've been looking for Unigo. It finally happens, and Ken is going to be taken as a consequence. But now, what's the follow-up going to look like? Looks like Zippy is still alive. Naomi has the defensive capabilities to keep Justin alive as well. That's going to be the reset for the Philippines.
I mean, it's a 2-for-1 at this point in Myanmar. They do lose a bit of gold against Philippines, but it's just around 500, 600. But Philippines will be taking that since it was basically given to them for free. With now the turtle, the last turtle of the game, spawning as well. Myanmar could possibly score all 3 in this game number 3.
For right now, better positions for Myanmar. Onigo's the only one who gets stunned up.
Nominal blast casted by Myanmar.
That is interesting. Now that's
Huge
a big ultimate that they are not going to be able to use
Onigo.
for the next few seconds.
Nice angle from Onigo. He
Onigo,
bites one.
He bites on and he does hard work. But that's going to be it. Zippy is some good damage. Can secures the turtle as well. That's a double for the Beatrix.
Hooks the Lolita, pays the price.
Yeah, Dark Knight falls into the Nibiru's passion. So much damage coming out from Myanmar. And Philippines, again, this is just the gold difference. Rekishano does not have that same level of damage as Myanmar now has.
Look at that.
Oh,
Damage
for
from
the
Justin,
hook.
but a bloody heart.
Onigo.
Petrified. Make that a killing spree for Arcangel.
Well, Onigo is making a very different case here for Philippines. He is the current playmaker. He is holding the ground here for PH. But the gold difference, again, as we've seen from Naomi and Onigo, a lot of these matchups, even on the gold lane, there's so much gold on the side of Zippy and Myanmar. They can't afford to lose some of these heroes, but they cannot afford to lose that much.
Yeah.
Because Philippines, as we've seen earlier in game number 2, when you give Carry a boost in the mid game, he will be able to just get out of that position wherein he loses gold and to a point where you now lose HP.
Yeah, and Justin being shut down there, such a big thing for the Philippines. As we go on to another short pause, hopefully everything in Cambodia is getting well or getting better at least. And we are still waiting to be right back in the Land of Dawn. For now, with the state of the game, what is the win condition left for, what's the win condition or the main win condition for Myanmar here? Do we just keep the pace? Do we just continue marching forward, finding aggressive kills? Or do we actually slow this down, play around objectives?
For Myanmar, I think you constantly try to look for fights, even against the Franco, because the thing about Franco is that he is trying to hook heroes, maybe position your Lolita in a very aggressive manner, because you have a backup, you have the Dark Knight falls, and whenever the hooker jumps in, that's going to be, the Bloody Hunt will always be cancelled. So they have a tool to deal with the Franco. They're kind of scared, I would say, with the re-engage factor of the Yusong, but you need to be able to mow down on these towers so that you have more real estate on the map, and you limit the goal that is going towards the carry.
Franco really having a hard time. We're not seeing Onigo hit as much as we thought he would on the Franco, and for a good reason. This Dark Knight Falls is such a powerful skill.
Now here's a combo. Justin and I think another player, I think from Khmer, correct? I feel like I remember that face from Cambodia.
That's just a match made in heaven.
Friendship confirmed.
Yeah.
Can confirm. Justin, most friendliest person in M4,
Yeah,
as
looks
Leo
like
said.
It looks like it.
Looks like it too. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we're going to go back to the Land of Dawn once again. 8 minutes in already.
Malefic
Malefic
Roar.
Roar locked in for Ken.
That's gonna
You
hurt.
already know.
Damage from Ken.
We're gonna see some really spicy plays coming in from Myanmar soon.
Look at bottom though. Myanmar can easily push down his tower and threaten, the base tower as well.
And let's
So
see
they
if
go
they're
back.
actually going to go for the push here. Zippy
Oh.
trying to make sure. You
He's
know,
wary.
let's
Alright.
be safe. There's nothing wrong with checking things with your Renner's apathy. That's actually the smart
Onigo.
thing to do, but Onigo might find Naomi here. Will he actually go?
All right,
No, he won't.
A little bit of a high five moment there.
Yeah.
Just temp check, but that's definitely a lot of gold going over to the side of Myanmar because of that.
Yeah, very good positioning coming out from Naomi again. The overall protection on Zippy, just making sure that this Beatrix is allowed to farm up and get his items. Ooh, wow.
Ouch, baby.
2,000 damage on the Renner's apathy.
All right.
Look, I mean, at this point, Zippy is already quite farmed up. I think the double lane method that Myanmar employed in the early to the mid game has paid off in dividends.
Yeah, this is a typical Beatrix, peak Beatrix in 2022, 2021.
we've gone full circle. I mean, we started with the Nibiru, changed to the Renner, to the shotgun, and now we're back to
Renner.
it's Rage.
We're slowly going back to Harem. You never know, we might see Alice again. And gold lane, double waving.
Oh my god.
Never know.
Myanmar, they're being so decisive. They run straight for the Lord, not giving the Philippines time to react.
And this is a level 1 Lord as they go for Canon with a Black Dragon form. Will be able to fly away.
Very good heads up play.
Canon doesn't want to taste that malefic roar. He runs
Yeah.
straight for the hills.
And look at bot lane though.
Oh!
Philippines, they're going for a
counterplay.
base race. The Glue will be responding, but they're gonna get at least one turret, a trade-off between the both lanes.
That's equal on gold right now. But I would say, oh,
Ooh, Rakashano. Ooh, finding a orange buff to his name, and he's actually keeping up in terms of farm.
Small bonus for a very aggressive rotation, but Philippines, they still have this Lord to deal with.
They have to use this Lord for Myanmar. They have to
right.
jump in with the Hellcart. I don't think you have more space to give to PH, even though your lineup is super powerful. You don't want to risk it, especially with this kind of setup from Philippines. 'Cause imagine late game.
Ken almost got deleted there. Just had a sliver of health.
That's still a crucial pickoff for Myanmar.
Absolutely. 22 seconds off Archangel means the clear is critical here for the Philippines.
They have a jump from Ken. They can use the Dark Knight Falls. Dodgy dodges the hook.
It was still a great attempt by Arcangel, but Saison looks to be in trouble here.
Yep, there's nowhere to go for the young jungler of the Philippines. Lord gonna be slowed down, at least for the meantime, but the big thing is good hook coming in from Unigo, and that's gonna be Ruby Didi going down without a fight.
So Saison basically suicided just to make sure that the Lord is not marching in front of the tower.
Ouch.
So kind of ouch!
What a hook once more! Justin again, mostly taken care of there. That sliver of health again, still keeping up. That gold lead really keeping Myanmar alive.
And Myanmar right now is still holding on to that gold lead. Unigo has been landing hook after hook. Here comes a concealed play.
Another concealed
might
play.
go here for
Zippy!
a bloody hunt. Zippy
no
almost
hook.
breezing through that bloody hunt.
Onigo paying the dividends forward. And the Fredrin, again, that play, he did not just die. He aggroed the Lord away from the turret. And now Philippines, they're able to fight for another day because of that. And that was what allowed Onigo to pull off these amazing hooks. But the question is, for how long can Philippines do this? How much time can they buy for Rakashano on the carry?
And how are they gonna look on the 5v5s if you just keep doing that, and if you lose your towers,
Yeah.
the hooks are not gonna matter as much.
And look at this, the gold coming in from Zippy. 10K in this game. And the damage.
And Onigo tanked as much as he could, but that was only 2 skills. It is looking really, really dire
Oh, 9 seconds for the
for
Lord.
the Philippines.
There's already a Luminous Lord. This is going to be very crucial for Philippines to either steal or contest. Because one big Lord push from Myanmar might seal the deal. And this is Game 3. This is the most important game for both Myanmar and the Philippines.
Look into Arcangel though. Creative angles from the Kanina. Nice move coming out from Saison. This is a hard Lord to contest for Myanmar. Even though they have so many jumps, they have to get in to the territory of Yuzong and the Franco.
Maximum communication is the key to execute this. Will Philippines be able to do it? Naomi's on the front, actually. Ruby Didi on the side. He's looking for Rekitano.
Canon!
Oh my
Canon
God!
with a 2-man knockup.
Petrify!
The Petrifies are coming in hot for the Philippines. That is 2 down, and more are following suit. 4 men down for Myanmar.
They find the bodies of Myanmar and the gold lead is diminished. This might just be a one-way push for the Philippines. This might be the game. This might be Philippines stealing the deal.
Ruby Didi trying his best, but it is just way too much. And just like that, the Philippines are going to the final.
You could see the smiles in the faces of the Filipinos in the crowd